Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back, Salil. India struggling at the moment with the departure of Virat Kohli just few minutes before lunch. Salil, what's your take on this session? India trailing big time in this test?
Well, looks like India is in a lot of trouble. They need very few good partnerships to get them out of this rut. Um, I think the first session, if you see losing out on three wickets, three of your top guys, is not the best position you want to be in. England definitely on top now.
Salil, and moreover, the two batsmen that are batting in the middle are the two that are not really in form. So that's the surprising and a tricky thing for India because Ajinkya Rahane hasn't got a big score in the last few innings, and so has Pujara. So that's a big test here for these Indian batsmen in such difficult conditions. Even though the wicket is better, like you said, but still the fact that Indians are struggling playing in English conditions is a big task for these two players, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I think the most difficult situation now, it's like for a few pessimistic people will say that, all right, the match is lost. Let's not watch it. It's not going beyond today. But I think the only fight and the only hope that we have is our number three and number five, who've been seemingly out of form based on their, in comparison to their actual caliber.
Yeah.
So they'll really have to rise to the occasion now to really try and draw the match at least, because it doesn't look like India's anywhere close to winning it. I mean, at least this might be this could end up being a very small total for England to make, and
Maybe.
that's where I feel that a lot of time needs to be spent in the middle for these two, so that maybe towards the end, Rishabh Pant and Ravindra Jadeja, along with the tail, can put on 100 and around 80 or 100 runs together. The last five six guys. So I don't know. Is that being ambitious? We really wouldn't be in that position. But the one thing that I'll be quite sure is India scored 56 runs in this session in spite of losing three wickets. Now England were also scoring at that brisk pace of around 80, 90 runs a session. And I think if we wouldn't have lost those wickets, we would have clearly been in the driver's seat.
The approach Salil was very good when Virat came in. You could see that he was trying to put the loose balls away, something what Joe Root was also doing when they were batting, and even Bairstow did to a certain extent. But Sam Curran getting him out that way. Do you think that this off stump and outside off stump problems that Virat Kohli has had in England is something that he really needs to get it right in the break that there's going to be in this between the second and the third test, because he's the most crucial player of this whole Indian batting lineup, and he's getting exposed this way. It's pretty surprising as an Indian cricket lover.
Oh yes, absolutely. I think I was very disappointed. Virat Kohli for most of the time looked really good. That in comparison with his partnership with Pujara, played around 35 balls to score his first run, was looking like something they might want to build from there, and just trying to forget that you've lost Rahul, are pretty much the mainstay of Indian batting in this entire tour, and Rohit Sharma, who is looking very good. So I think that's somewhere Virat Kohli was in that situation. Was
Yeah.
I thought that this is in his zone. He's got one of the best averages when it comes to second innings in England, Australia, and South Africa put together. So I really felt that this could be his day. But losing Virat Kohli before lunch was probably the biggest blow and the biggest hit that would have sunk into the camp now.
Absolutely. And that completely puts England in cruise control at the moment with the wicket of Virat Kohli, because, as we said, two new players on the crease, and moreover, they're relatively out of form, like we were talking about. And also the fact that KL Rahul and Rohit Sharma getting out so cheaply, the people who we really backed on that these will be the people who are going to take us through, or one of them has to score big. Do you think Mark Wood had something, some trick under his sleeve, and he just came out with that Rohit Sharma dismissal out of nowhere?
Well, not quite. I think they would have set him up. First, he got KL Rahul out. I think that was a peach of a delivery where Rahul again put his bat out and just took the edge away. And that was a brilliant delivery. But setting up Rohit Sharma was something that you know kind of a craft, you can say. He gave him a
Yeah.
ball to hit, which he really tried to pull. and that edge to a six couple of balls ago, and then they placed a fielder back there. Then I think what England did was they knew that India is not going to go for any ball, that's going to be outside the off stump. You might as well play to the strengths of a particular batsman. And Rohit Sharma, is an excellent puller and hooker of the ball. And that's exactly what he tried, and sadly didn't connect the ball and hold out to Moeen Ali. So I think the pace did him in, maybe because the previous ball also that went for the six had hit the edge. So maybe there's a little bit of that extra yard of pace that Mark Wood brings, to this English pace attack might have done Rohit Sharma.
And Salil bowling around 150 clicks with a red ball. That is severe pace, because the fastest balls in the world that ever have been bowled have been mostly with white balls, apart from the Mitchell Stark delivery. But kudos to Mark Wood, the way he bowled. He really came up with something new and something that was out of the box for India. Rohit Sharma and KL will be pretty disappointed, and so will be Virat Kohli. But from here on, Salil, what do you think? How would the game go for India? Because like you said, most people have, as much as I read the social media and the tweets, people have actually written the Indian team out of this game, and they are saying that the match could, might as well get over by the end of the day today. So you think that India have still got a lot of, hopes from these two players? Do you think that they can stand up and they can say that yes, I'm going to be there for my team and get a big 100 or a big score for the team today?
Well, honestly, hope is all they have currently, but they also have a couple of really good batsmen who've proved it in the past, and they're commit the man, commit the opportunity, or commit the situation, commit the man. So you'd really hope that Rahane and Pujara do what probably a Bairstow did in the first innings, at least hang in there, get to
Yeah,
a respectable total. I mean, don't keep anything in mind. I think currently you need to first not lose any wickets, to
correct.
try and take as many runs as you can in the smartest way possible and in the safest way possible, which means you would expect more out of a Pujara, not to just defend those balls unless you want to play for 5 days. And you need to take a few of those runs also. I think the runs that we've made are maybe a tad 10, 15 runs less than what we should have, although
Right.
we lost 3 wickets. So quite frankly, I think Pujara needs to have a little bit of change of situation, unless he's been told that you just need to hang in there and don't throw away a wicket, which is not possible because in a day and a half, one of the English guys are definitely going to get you if you want to be there at the crease. So you need to have something going for you that makes the opposition captain thinking, and he'll make him change the way the bowlers bowl, the way the field is placed, and that's where you have your window to make a few runs because you've made the opposition, the bowling side, a little more busier. So
Right.
I think that's the approach that Pujara needs to bring. Taking the offense to the opponent is going to be the best form of defense. But having said that, fishing your bat out to those offside deliveries by both Rani and Pujara are kind of one of the biggest scares that everybody watching Indian cricket right now
Right.
must be.
Right. But Salil, this is something that we don't expect from a Pujara or maybe a Rahane to play that counter-attacking innings. Moreover, a Rishabh Pant or a Jadeja is the ideal go-to man when you have to play such counter-attacking strokes. And moreover, the fact that Pujara and Rahane are out of form, they would be wanting to hang in there and get a sight of the ball and just get some runs under the belt and make sure that they just get out of this tricky period and get to a successful or a decent total where they have something for their bowlers to bowl at. That would be, I think, the priority number one. And just to see off the lethal attack of Jimmy Anderson and even Mark Wood, the way he's bowling. So what would be England's game plan here, Salil? Because England are on top, like we said. England have got three important and more importantly, the men in form are out. Now come the inexperienced, or you might say the people who are not really in form when it comes to Pujara and Rahane. What would be their game plan? Do you think that they will be looking to get everything? They'll give their everything in the next 1 hour of the second session. Sorry.
Well, absolutely. I think England have nothing to lose. They're on top, and they know that they need to take 7 more wickets. In fact, 3 more wickets, and I think
Yeah.
they are well within within sight of a victory here and taking a 1-0 lead in this absolutely competitive series. So I think what Joe Root and his men will be looking at is try and take as many wickets. It's the simplest thing that they can do. Stick to your guns and just take wickets. They're aware that Rani and Pujara both are guys who don't have much batting space in the middle purely because they've been getting out really early, and the fact that they don't really play that fast. So we are not going to give as many runs. So you can try as much as possible, bring all the players in, hoping for an edge. And Kohli at the other end, while Rahane at the other end is very different for Pujara. He plays as per how his partner is, and maybe because his captain was playing, he was a little cautious. But Rahane being a more inclusive batsman, a batsman who engages, the other player also. I mean, I hope they don't run each other out, but which has happened in the past. But I think that's what England will be thinking to exploit, because then when you bring a Rishabh Pant in for a 80 for 4, Rishabh Pant will be in a different frame of mind, and I think England will be more than happy to give him his quota of 50 runs that he would generally whack and has been doing in the last one year or so. Yeah, unless he goes in to score a big 100. But now again, we're again on Bollywood mode, and I don't want to go there. That's not really looking.
Oh
That's
my
not
God.
happening for sure. But yes, you don't want to expose a Rishabh Pant so early. I mean, you barely have a lead. You need to have a lead of at least 100, 120 runs before Rishabh Pant comes to bat so he can seriously accelerate and take it forward. But we're not
Right.
there yet. Maybe we might get to talk it in the next session or the next show.
Right, and even the fact that after Jadeja, there is no known batsman out there. You've got a Shami, Bumrah, Siraj, and Ishant Sharma. All of them can hang in there, but they're not reliant as much, as a Shardul Thakur was in the last game. So that's a worrisome point for the Indian batsmen as well. And moreover, that it's sunny today. There is nothing that the pitch is doing. There's nothing that the ball is doing differently. It's just application what English batsmen did, and now the English bowlers are doing, and something that they're exploiting India on their weaknesses. And like you said, they set up the batsmen really well, and that's what happened. Sam Curran getting in that in swinger to Virat Kohli, an LBW appeal review not given, and then another one that goes away or just holds his line and gets Virat Kohli out outside off stump. So that's the story from the lunch break here at Sports Adda Live. Salil, we are really hopeful that we have some great cricket, and it's time. And Virat Kohli and Team India are due of a brilliant performance in England, and we really hope that they bat really well. But credit to the English bowlers, the way they've bowled is fantastic and phenomenal. Live action coming up, Salil, in some time. Thank you for joining with me. And I will ask the trivia question once again, just so that the people who are watching and know what it is. So basically, you have to tell me who am I. All the viewers and Salil, you know it. Who am I? I was the man of the series in 2007 when India played England in England and we won the series. So who am I? I'm the man of the series. So you have to tell me the answer in the post-match show where we'll talk more about this. Thank you, Salil. Thank you, everyone. This was Sports Adda Live.
Thanks, Yash.